I'm not saying
That's
that.
what I said.
I'm thinking.
Hi, welcome to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Real Tea. This is our 5th episode, and we thank you so much for joining us. I am Marla Lewis, and I have with me my co-host.
Hey, it's Tana. What's up, everyone?
She's dancing.
I know, I'm so busy. I got music in my head.
All right, and then we have the lovely Kimberly Dixon Dudley.
Hey guys.
And then, of course, Lisa White.
Yes.
So we also have on the show today somebody that you guys, I know you guys have heard this name because I heard the name, and we finally got a chance to get him on the show. Tristan Sutton of Tristan Sutton Consulting. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
I'm finally to walk through the door.
Yes.
I feel like I already know you. I feel like your household name.
I know.
You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So this is our first time laying eyes on each other, I believe. But I feel like I've been knowing you for years.
Exactly.
So that means that
Because
whatever
of
you're
social
doing
media.
is working.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Social media is the ultimate know, like, trust igniter. So if you want to get to connect with people on a grand scale on a consistent basis, it's the best platform for that. Because think about it, if we typically want to network and get to know people, we got to go to an event,
Yes.
That's
email
true.
them, hey, it was a pleasure meeting you, let's go have coffee, then we forget about each other. But you get to see us and interact with us on a consistent basis on daily. So
That is very true.
So know, like, and trust. Those are the key.
key proponents of any sales. People do business with
That's
who they know,
true.
like, and trust.
That's true.
Yeah,
We
I'm
know
just about
that.
to
I
say
said,
yes,
that sounds so
yes.
familiar.
Yeah.
And this is a testament, I believe this is my first time meeting most of you all in real life, but you said, hey, I know you, like you, and trust you enough to be on our show.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to talk about some know, like, and trust situations that are going on in our social media sphere.
Ooh.
So I'm going to introduce our first
Red hot topic.
And today's first red hot topic is the conversation involving Haley Bailey, the new Ariel, Disney's new Ariel. So there's a lot of conversation going on about this young lady.
Actually,
Good.
controversy.
Yeah, I was going to say
And
it's a lot of
bad.
controversy.
And so we're going to kind of engage one another about what our thoughts are on that particular topic. For me, I think it's a great thing. Obviously, I mean it's difficult to make a bad thing out of this. She's a talented actress.
Extremely
She's
talented.
beautiful. She looks like the character. So it's almost like pulling at straws to make this not fit.
Right.
Well, there's always going to be some people that are not happy, with someone coming in and taking over, a new character. The other person was that character for a while. So
Well, let's say what it is. The
Okay,
other person
okay,
was
okay.
of a different ethnicity than
Okay.
white.
Absolutely.
What? I'm trying to be nice.
And the same Spider-Man had the same backlash. James Bond,
yeah.
remember
Idris
Idris
Elba,
Elba was
yeah.
supposed to be
Yes,
the next
absolutely.
James Bond.
Yes.
And so some of my conversations I've had with people is, we always want to take over their stuff. Let's create our own stuff. But the part of it is we're all the same community now. Like even if we're black, white, purple, blue, we're all in
The same community.
the same community. So I share a love for 007. I love 007. I would love to see Idris. I love you, Brandon. I would love to see Idris as 007.
Right.
So I think there's an affinity for the character,
Same
not
here,
the
girl.
color.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so
Yes.
that's what I try to communicate to folks who kind of say, well, we don't need to be their characters.
People
What do
don't
you
like that
think?
mindset being changed,
And I was going to say that it's
something.
changed, and so people are getting like, whoa, wait a minute, what are you doing? We're so used to this person, this
but I mean,
color.
She's beautiful.
She really is.
She's talented. What's the problem?
Exactly.
Here's my issue with all of it. We're all entitled to our opinion. I'm fine with that. But what I'm not okay with is, like, on social media, they're creating groups like
it's
Christians,
horrible.
and then the name of the group is Christians that are against Haley Bailey being the new Ariel. Now that is where I have
Well,
the issue.
those pages have been, they're starting to pull them down, correct?
But they
are
also
coming
have
down.
petitions as well.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
really
right,
They're trying
right.
to get her off.
Yeah, to
That's
get her
wow.
out.
Wow.
That's where I have the issue. We're all entitled to our opinion within your groups, within your circles. You can share those opinions or what have you.
But why be so
when-
hateful?
Correct. When you
That's
start,
what this is.
Why?
It's just hate.
I mean, I've heard
just
things
hate.
of her coming up on her coming up on a watermelon with a necklace on with chicken. You know, I'm like, that is just so, it's ignorant and it's just very hateful. And I don't understand how people can have that much hate, you know, inside.
I mean,
Well, I
been
think-
enduring it for over 400 years.
I
so.
was just
Yeah,
about
but
to
I
say.
think with
Yes.
with social media and things of that nature, I think sometimes, and that's why we have you here today.
Exactly.
Sometimes people get that, you know, like you've heard the saying liquid courage. Sometimes people get that social media courage to
Yeah.
say things that
Yeah.
they probably should
We call them
just
keyboard
not.
thugs.
I was gonna
What
say
is
thumb.
it?
I was gonna say thumb bullies.
Keyboard thugs.
Thumb bullies, baby.
Don't you call
They
them
get
thumb bullies?
thumb bullies, or yeah, they just get big and bad behind.
Wow.
They
Ooh,
wouldn't-
I
they
knew
wouldn't
word,
dare do that
keyboard
in-
thugs.
Keyboard
Oh,
thugs.
I like
Twitter
that,
fingers.
yeah.
That's
Like
what
Twitter
you
fingers.
said.
Yeah,
I like
Twitter
that.
fingers.
We know
I
a
like
certain
that.
Twitter finger bully, but we won't mention
Exactly.
on the show.
Well, you know, talking to some friends, you
Well-
know, they say, you know, social media really allows you to see the true character of someone on a grand scale. You
Yeah.
know? But some folks say, you know, it really brings out the worst in them as well.
It really
Right.
does.
I believe that.
I think
believe
we've
that
all
it
have, you know, experienced some sort of just, I want to say hatred from people on social media.
Trolls.
Trolls. I know I have. Have you guys?
I'm not on.
Kim-
Kim
yeah.
and I are saying no. We're not on social
see,
media.
Kim
That's
only
right, because
does
Kim just got
Instagram.
on.
Yes,
Kim
Kim
just
only
got
does,
on.
she only does Instagram and
Oh,
Marla.
she just got on
Facebook
Facebook. She
page.
just got on Facebook.
She just
on
reactivated the
Facebook.
page.
Yeah,
You
I
could
just
find
never
her,
go
but
on
there was
there.
no activity
Shame on
since
you.
2014 or 15.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Lisa
Facebook
Pound-
tells all.
We had to
Picture
get on
that
her.
she wait.
It tells all.
She just changed the picture.
This is a tell-all
After
right
our
here.
photo
This is a tell-all.
shoot, she
She's
just
snitching.
changed the picture.
Snitching.
She
was a
started off
picture.
helping you, Kim,
I
but it
know.
went
What
way
was
left.
that?
It went
Yes.
way
What
left.
that, Sister Fran?
Because I'm thinking when Marla said, okay, Lisa, the other young lady is Kim. So I went and looked Kim up on Facebook, and I'm like, this girl does nothing. And then this girl does nothing on Facebook. So then I went to Instagram. Okay, well, Kim is active on Instagram. Kim has a strong following and everything. Kim is the stuff on Instagram.
Well, you know what? The thing is, it was a trend. I want to hear what you have to say.
Because
about
I
this.
just want to keep us that same energy for a segue, but go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Hold on
That's
to
a good
that.
one.
So a long time ago, maybe a few years ago, I just heard such like the energy got bad on it at Facebook. You know, it wasn't like people were coming there to find out who had a baby and who graduated. You want to hear that good stuff, but there was all this combative, and I don't need to. You know, I'm not gonna say every day. I don't need your spiritual transformation in my feed. I just don't need it. I just
love
need
it.
you to give me a little bit. Just trickle in
Just a
there
little bit,
and
yes.
mix it up with some fun, happy, lively stuff. I'm not saying fake your life, but so I was turned off from Facebook. And Instagram is so quick and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun social media platform, and then it can be informative. I've gotten leads, good business
Me
leads
too.
from Instagram.
And see, with Instagram, you just can't go in and type something. You have to actually post a photo.
yeah.
And people don't want to be doing all that. They just want to quickly go and do this.
It's been so long since I've
So.
really been active on Facebook. Do you have to post a photo?
Well, that's why we have Tristan here for
Yeah.
you
There we
today.
go.
So we're not
Okay,
going to really
good.
go into
Good.
that.
Okay, what is our next hot topic?
So we're also going to talk about something very interesting that's going on in certain parts of the U.S., certain cities, which is pod sharing.
Oh yeah.
And that is becoming very, very popular. It's not a room. It's not a bedroom that you get. But what it is, it's adult-sized bunk beds, and you're able to go in and rent your bed if you want to rent it for a month, 2 months, or whatever. And you know, there's a set amount that you pay.
Yeah.
And you know, it's becoming very popular.
Now,
So-
we must say that this concept actually is out of California. Is that?
Yeah,
Well, I
it's,
can
it's
see
in San
that in
Francisco and
California.
LA.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what, let me
where
say
the
this.
rent is very high.
This
We
is
have
a
a-
global. This started internationally because we as Americans have always wanted everything bigger, better, faster, right? So people across the pond have minimized space and it become minimalist, right? It's called
Correct.
minimalist
Yes,
living.
right.
So I don't know if
tiny
you guys
houses.
remember this or not, but in Houston we had a high-rise building. I have no idea if anybody knows. Please chime in and tell us. There was a building in Edo where the units were 300, 400 square feet, selling for $350,000, $400,000.
Wow.
And that's a concept that they adopted from the East Coast and internationally, but we as a city just were not ready for that.
Not at all.
So I have no idea what happened with that. The Mosaic is another example. You know, that building went into foreclosure several times. Yeah.
See, and I didn't know that. I had no clue
And
about
they
the
just could
Mosaic.
not sell those units.
It just recently got a new owner within the last year or so.
Star Residential, the owners of the W were the previous owners, so they brought the whole Star W experience. But it's still we are still a city where we want space.
Okay.
Because in Texas, or especially Houston, for the same amount you're spending in rent, you can go get a mini mansion.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
That's it.
So we
That's
don't
it.
need to really do pod sharing here in our city.
But there's some spaces for it. Remember
Exactly,
we talked about
yes.
There's some benefits to it
Yeah,
as
right.
well for those who
Flight
are
attendants, people in the flight attendant industry.
that? Right. Oh,
You
the
know.
crash pads.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that,
Yes.
you guys.
And
But
hospitals.
before we do, we have a video kind of showing what what is it called, Tina?
Example of pod sharing.
Pod sharing.
looks like.
Of what pod sharing looks like. Mike, can you play that?
There is affordable shared housing that we build across Los Angeles, and here in San Francisco is our first site. The idea, it's membership-based housing, so if you book a pod, you can stay across the whole network of locations.
Wow.
I was born in the USSR in 1985. My whole concept was like the idea of the government giving
So
That's
$1,200 for a bed.
No way.
Not a room,
But a bed.
but a bed.
But they do
Somewhere-
get some.
here's the deal.
You know,
They
they get
have
some
amenities.
food.
They
Yeah,
have
they have
amenities.
wine and champagne. No, I'm only kidding. They have ramen noodles.
My 2,400 square foot home, I pay less than that a month.
But you
But
know,
San
some
Francisco
people,
is very
think about
high.
this. So there are people who are doctors in the residency, people who really only go to their residence to
That's
sleep.
right.
So
Absolutely.
they may be heating and cooling 2,400 square feet, and it serves
for
no,
no
purpose
reason.
for them.
Absolutely.
So that's where this bed or this industry is really kind of giving room to blossom and grow. And Tana, you mentioned the airline stewardess. Airline stewardess is in flight. I'm going to say stewardess, they're going to kill me.
Flight attendants.
Flight attendants.
Yes.
Excuse me, guys. Flight attendants and pilots.
Yes.
Copa, I'm sorry. Are renting beds
They're doing
and crash pads
because it makes sense.
across the
Now,
globe.
that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and we were talking about this earlier, if your base is somewhere else, and or your base is here in Houston, I would say, but your home
That's
is
right.
in Chicago or somewhere like that, then this is when this becomes a huge benefit.
Oh, yeah.
And
Correct.
so they're paying, how much did you say for
So in Houston, a crash pad can go anywhere between $160 to $220 a month.
okay, and
in
what does that give them?
It's a bed.
Just
And
a
in
bed.
some instances, it's just a bed.
Okay.
In some instances, there's
And that's
six
per month.
people in the room.
And so they're sharing the bed.
There's a
I don't-
bathroom.
yeah.
But you are
I mean,
sharing,
that's
all
an
sharing a
extreme
bed.
case, but there's anywhere between 2 and 6 people in a room at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I went through one just recently. Sometimes these people, they don't even use them. Think about
No.
this: if you're picking up shifts, you may never stay
Really
there.
use that, yeah.
But if you need to, it's there. if
It's
you need
there.
it. Yeah.
And my
and
daughter.
you said one key thing, that it is within 3 to 4 mile radius from the airport.
That's right.
So if you are in the loop, you probably wouldn't have a crash pad in the loop.
no.
No.
Okay.
I've seen some downtown for airlines, but to me that's even too far. The ones that I think have been really successful are the ones who are located within that 3 to 5 mile
close
radius.
to the
Okay.
airport. My daughter is a flight attendant, and her base is in D.C. And so she did look at the crash pads, and I believe they're like around, I want to say $600 a month
In DC.
Yeah.
in D.C.
That's what I was
For a
going to tell you.
bed.
California
for a
DC.
bed. But you know, she's one of those. She's like, well, Mommy, I'm going to be picking up, trips. So she looked at some apartments as well, and in D.C. to be close to the airport, you're looking at about $2,000 for a small
Wow.
space.
Wow.
So
And
Should
think about it,
barely-
if you
barely
never
have.
go there, then you're paying $2,000 a month, and then that's
Right.
not your primary residence.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it works for some.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
for others, it does not.
For me, it's a not.
I was
No,
gonna
You,
say,
so if you was
me,
in the
it's gonna
flight,
be
the
a
flight
no.
industry, you
Yeah.
wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
The airline
It's gonna be a
industry,
no.
you wouldn't do a
Okay.
crash
I
pad.
think that I've heard of things like hostels, like we have one here in Houston.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one stay. So basically, I think it's less than $100 a night, and you can just go there, And it's kind of similar. They have bunk beds, but they have other amenities as well.
Okay.
Now you mentioned something earlier too. It's actually within. It's in the Upper Kirby area.
Oh, the nap bar.
The nap bar. Correct.
Shout out to your Sorok Khalil
Yes,
Gallery.
yes.
So,
yes.
you know, a lot of people are being really creative with entrepreneurship these days, taking the concepts and making them a reality. So she created a space for you to go take a nap in the middle of the day.
Wow.
And you could pay by the minute, pay by the snooze, and there's air conditioning, you're not in your car, safe, things like that. So having that entrepreneurial dream and then pushing it forward is really a great opportunity right now.
And this is our small business shout out, by the way. as
Yeah.
well.
What's the name of the, what's the name of the company again?
Napbar.com.
And it's located in Upper Kirby. We'll get that address for you guys. But so you're saying that it so if I wanted to take a 30-minute nap, that would be $30.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Okay.
Very
It's a
smart.
great concept.
So pharmaceutical sales, outside sales folks
Yeah.
who are traveling from every angle of the city
You can take a nap.
can take a nap.
Even if you work in that area or own your own business, it's like I just need a quick break. You know?
Exactly.
I just need a quick, power nap.
Power nap.
Boom.
Good
And
idea.
so you did say that after each nap, she does change the sheets and
Change the sheets,
Okay.
new clean linens, clean slumberwear, things like that, pajamas.
Oh,
Yeah.
she gives you
Oh, she gets pajamas too?
pajamas,
Oh,
yeah.
my.
They have pods and then a private
like
suite
it.
as well.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a great concept.
I may have to just go try it out.
try it out.
And then
Yeah,
report back
you
to you
live
ladies.
in
I know.
Russia.
Oh, yeah, I live in Russia, so.
We call it South Dallas, South Dallas.
I
Yeah,
know,
I
right,
say
right.
like
Close
way,
enough,
way, way.
Yeah, you out there in like Cancun, right? Way
Marla's
east.
in Cancun.
Marla's in Cancun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
On
she
the
loves
water.
it.
On
And
the
she
water.
on the water. And she
See,
loves it.
I wish I lived where Mala lived at because
Okay.
she's not too far
Well,
from
come on
Galveston.
down. Yeah.
Girl, I can't move
I'll
now.
find you. I know a good agent for you.
Talk about satisfying the need.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to pull this back?
Yes,
Yes.
I want to. I'm ready to. We got Tristan here.
Yes.
He's on our sofa. I'm ready
That's it.
to. I mean,
So we need to
comfortable.
talk about some social media etiquette because
yes.
Oh, it's going
some
wild
people
out there.
just don't have it. They just don't have it.
Well, some people don't know what it is.
Okay.
Okay,
Some
so
people don't know what real life etiquette is.
yeah,
so
exactly.
Talk about it.
So
Maybe
how do
that's
you
why.
expect for them to know social media etiquette?
Well-
we have the expert right here.
That's
so,
right.
So tell us what you know, Tristan.
So you got to realize social media is still just that. It's a social platform, but you're still dealing with real people, real chemical imbalances, real lack of home training, things like that. But you also got the other side, people that really know what they're doing, have proper etiquette, things like that. So really you have to look at what are people's motives on being on social media. For most of us, it's business related. Other folks, it's just an outlet. So I think you just have to address each situation from people's perspective, So if you got a troll, well, if they're not conducting business, they have nothing to lose. But you have everything to lose if you clap back. So make sure that you're aware of how you conduct yourself with those trolls, because you're always going to have someone that's a keyboard thug that wants to express their feeling and their insecurities on your platform. For instance, I run Facebook ads. I've had people comment that has nothing to do with me, like, "Hey, that's a cheap-looking shirt you have on." It's like, talking about how to grow your business. What does that have to do?
Are you serious?
Oh, absolutely. I see that all.
So what are some
And
do's
so
and
do
don'ts?
you delete those comments or do you just
Oh yeah, I
leave them
delete
in?
them and block them.
Okay.
What are some do's and
And
don'ts
block.
when you're on social media, especially if you are a business owner and you're posting? Do you have some do's and don'ts?
Absolutely. So it's kind of like they teach you in business. Stay away from the key things or trigger topics. Don't talk about. I personally don't talk about politics.
Oh Lord, I did that before. It
Yeah,
turned into a disaster.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Race, creed, things like that. So I
Okay.
stay away from those subjects that in real life it can have a bad conversation. The same thing, but it can be on social media, but it can be exponentially worse and broader on there. So those kind of things I do. Always consider your audience. I have a process I follow when I make posts. Is this going to help expand my brand? Is it going to help me generate more leads? Or is it going to bring some joy into someone's life? I like to make jokes and funny
Let me ask
comments
you a
and
question.
things
I
like
guess
that.
so. The Chick-fil-A post you put up the other day, that was, I guess, bringing joy to someone's life.
Exactly,
What
it
was
made
the-
you
what was the
laugh.
life post?
Oh
I
my
missed it.
gosh!
Also, Wendy's, the fast food chain has a savage social media manager. I
Yes,
gotta
they
give
do.
salute
Yes,
to
they
them.
Really?
I
So
have to check it out.
Chick-fil-A posted something like, what's better than enjoying one of our chicken sandwiches on a Friday? Wendy's came back and said, enjoying ours on a Sunday when you closed.
I was like, whoa.
Okay, wait a minute now. That was a good clap back.
That's a great
Excellent.
That was
clap.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hey, I love Chick-fil-A, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Wendy's won that one.
Wendy slid in
got
Here's
there.
the deal. So many people engaged
Exactly.
on that particular
Wow.
post of
Exactly.
his.
Wow.
So many people engaged.
Yeah, that-
Everybody had different opinions or what have you, but I guess your goal was just to be noticed and have people engaged.
Got
And so that one post generated close to 200 comments.
I
So
was
that's
just going to ask how
200
many comments.
interactions that I get.
Wow.
So what do we talk about? Know, like, and trust. So people get to know, like, and trust me a little bit more. 'Cause they feel a little bit more connected with me now.
Write that
Yeah,
down.
for sure.
No,
Yeah.
like, and
So
trust.
instead of me just saying, hey, I can help grow your business. Hey, I can help you promote your self on social media.
I can't stand that. Oh man, that is like.
Oh,
She felt that
they
from the
send you.
heart.
Yeah, yeah.
I think even for realtors,
Yeah.
like when it's always, well, this is the home I sold, or this is the home this is what I'm doing today. This is. I like
Yeah.
that you want to engage people, and people should come to your page for a certain reason, right? So
absolutely.
you have to kind of brand yourself as that
Absolutely,
person. But
absolutely.
is it okay to brand yourself as that person, the go-to person for real estate, and have, some funny commentary
Absolutely.
or?
Absolutely. Because I follow it used to be 80-20, but 90-10 rule now.
Okay.
So 90% of my content I try to make about personal, specifically on my personal profile, not my business page. Business page is pretty much mostly business. But on my personal profile, where I have 5,000 friends, there's 5,000 opportunities I get to expand my brand. So I'll post about me and my wife, Suttons in the City.
Which I love.
I loved
Thank
it.
you.
What is
Appreciate
that again?
Suttons
Suttons
in the City.
Suttons
That was
in the
really
City.
nice.
Kind of like a chronologue of activities my wife and I do.
I
So,
like
you
that.
know, our mantra is making marriage great again.
I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, let me think.
I love that one. Making marriage great
Dudley's
again.
doing it.
You decided, Tristan.
Just don't want to see Dudley's in the city.
You're good. You're safe. You're safe.
So yeah, just 90-10 rule. Just because you want people to be able to connect with you. People don't go onto social media to conduct business, so you always have to keep that in mind when posting. So I do have my posts where I promote myself and my business and things like that, but I also use my platform to support other businesses. My hashtag also is All Ships Rise, so I like to promote other Black-owned businesses to make sure that they get awareness, and I can use my platform to uplift some others. So I've always heard the phrase is, if you're lucky enough to take the elevator up, always send it back down.
I like that. I
That's
like
really
that
good.
one.
So what you're saying is that on your personal page, you make sure that the content is 90% personal and 10% if you own a business.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so
So
so what you're saying is on that business page, that needs to be 100% business.
100% business.
No, not 100% business.
Okay.
It could be. I don't have an exact formula, but it's going to be needs to be more business. But put something in there, like if you had a good vacation, if you went on a business trip and just maybe toured the city, that's more personal. Like, hey, I just tried this new restaurant, but you're still on a business trip, so it's still a semi-business related.
So do you manage all of your social media platforms?
I do. My
Wow.
LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and my
you don't
apps.
find that overwhelming?
I enjoy it. I have a
Wait,
marketing
what all do
degree.
you have? What all?
LinkedIn,
That's a
Facebook,
lot.
Instagram.
You don't do Twitter?
Not a Twitter guy.
I'm
not
trying
a
to get
Twitter
back
guy
into.
either.
I'm
guy.
trying to get back into Twitter.
Hope not.
Yeah, definitely trying to get into Twitter. I did tweet last night, but it's like every blue moon.
I'd say if you're gonna spend energy, put it on LinkedIn.
Really?
It has more organic reach right now.
So should you link all of your accounts together? So if I post on Instagram, it goes to Facebook, or
You can.
Facebook and it hits them,
You
to make
can
it
do
easier?
that, but each platform has its own regulations on like post length content,
Okay.
videos, things like that. So Instagram, if you did a video, you don't do 1 minute.
Okay.
LinkedIn is 3 minutes. Facebook is unlimited.
So let me ask you this
Virtually.
question. Which social media platform have you found to be most effective for your business?
Facebook all day.
Really?
I'll give you
Now,
this.
why is that? Because I
Yes.
beg to differ. I want to say Instagram all day.
Now they're the IGers
Right,
out there.
Instagrammers?
The IGers are out there. You got to realize, but who's your daddy? Facebook owns Instagram.
That's true.
Okay.
There
But
you
then
go.
let's
Okay.
look at some stats real quick. So Facebook has 1.47 billion daily active users. 2 billion.
1.47
Yeah,
billion.
2 billion monthly.
Daily? Wow.
People that
Wow.
log in. There are only 7 billion people on Earth. 1.4 of them log into Facebook
Wow.
every day.
That's a
I
lot.
think it's 500 million or so on Instagram, a billion a month.
Mm-hmm.
So Facebook allows you to engage more and connect more. It's kind of like she was saying earlier, Instagram is really kind of like a quick display. Like, hey, here's what's going on, here's what's popping, and then people keep moving. But
It's like hit it and,
yeah, I can
put it- yeah.
engage. I can, for instance, Instagram, you have to download another app just to share a post.
What do you
With
mean by
Facebook.
that?
You do.
So the repost. Like I can't just, if I like your
Oh.
post, I can't share it like I can on Facebook. I have to go to another app, copy the link, then all that extra work.
Look at Kim.
Yeah, she didn't. That shows she didn't repost stuff.
Now, what is the
I don't
greatest,
repost.
what is the greatest
do.
advantage of Instagram?
Quick, instant gratification for your audience, so they can just scroll, see what's going on. If they want to engage or not, they can do that. Facebook allows deeper levels of engagement. So kind of like how we're all here today. It's like I follow you on Facebook. I get to know you. I get to interact. I see you reply with funny gifts and things like that. Instagram is just, okay, I see your comments and I just keep scrolling.
Are there some do's and don'ts when you're posting, because you're building your gallery, if you will, or posting to your IGTV or your stories? Are there some do's and don'ts when you're in business, when you're posting photos?
So if you're going to use your Instagram for business, try to keep it the same kind of content. You don't want it to be one radical political post one day, then it's, hey, I'm selling a great home over here. Kind of stay consistent
Okay.
with the theme that you have on IG. Facebook is similar as well. You can be a little bit more flexible, but IG, when people are scrolling through that grid, they kind of want to see some similarity.
Okay, that makes sense.
Some other tips to help you grow your IG, though, are also engage with the people that are following you and engage with the followers of people who have your audience. So if there's another realtor, and it sounds shady, but this is what they teach you in social media class. Go to their post and then just start liking some of the comments that their fans are putting. And then all of a sudden their fans will come and look at your page and then start following your page.
Okay.
So it's
It's a
ethical
cutthroat
hijacking.
business, It's a dirty
So
world.
let me
Okay,
ask
go ahead.
this question. For those that are like me, that do a whole lot every single day, but don't necessarily like to post where I am, what I'm doing,
What you're
and that type of thing, what would you suggest
Yeah.
for someone like myself? Because they all have said, Marla, you don't post
I know
enough.
Mala just doesn't
Oh,
post.
girl,
No.
I'm done.
I'm not posting. I'm doing.
I'm
True.
so
I love it, love it.
I'm
yeah.
so happy when she posts Mondays with Marla. That's the only
Just
post.
be like, yay.
You know what? That's how you catch your girlfriend.
That's all you get.
But we love it. We love it. Okay.
So as much as people feel I'm always on social media, I only post twice a day. So once in the morning, once in the evening or afternoon. So
Okay.
I'll mix it up pretty much.
I know.
There's
see,
always
that's-
something to post though. There's always something to post.
And so your sponsored post, that you have that time.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing. That's our ads. So that's how I can be on social media all day without being on social media.
Exactly, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I see you all the time.
Yeah, because my Facebook's ads are working.
So you buy ads to keep activity going on your page when you're not on your page.
It's not necessarily for my page. Basically, what Facebook ads and Instagram ads allow you to do is find your target market and make sure that your brand is present in front of them consistently without you having to be on there all the time. Because Facebook has become pay to play now. When you make a post, it doesn't go out to everybody that follows your page now. You have to put money into it. That's why they make an average of $10 billion a quarter in ad revenue.
That's
So-
why I boosted.
And
I did a boost for our last show.
how much?
I'm going to show you now the boost anymore.
Typically, how much does it cost for the ads?
So I recommend spending at least $5 a day. $5 a day will help you reach hundreds, if not thousands, in your target market.
Okay.
So, for instance, right now, I'm targeting realtors to teach them how to use social media ads. So I can go into Facebook and say, everyone that has realtor or realtors in their job title, in their profile, in a 30-mile radius of Houston, between 25 and et cetera, show them my ad.
I see.
Another example was I didn't feel like
Okay.
going to Essence, but I wanted to be in the building. So I targeted the Superdome, ran my ad there, targeted most people who most likely business owners, said, hey, if you're at Essence and a business owner, you're probably seeing this ad. Click this link to learn how to use social media ads just like this one. And I got a few leads off of that.
So that title was very important.
Absolutely.
Very.
You have
Do you-
something that's cause to pause.
Okay.
Yeah, as we're scrolling, what's going to cause me to pause and look at it and then get more involved in your ad.
So what are some? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts on purchasing followers, like on Instagram?
Yeah.
And What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not a fan of it because likes don't equate into dollars necessarily.
Exactly, it's not organic. That was my
Right.
thought about it.
A lot of people are doing it though.
Because it's
So-
an ego metric.
To show that you have so many followers.
So
Yeah.
I'm so important. Look at me.
And so what people will do is they'll use that number of followers to justify why I should charge you so much,
marketing.
or charge you for a coaching program or something like that. Hey, I have 10,000
Okay.
followers. I'm worth this $1,000 course to show you how to do the same thing.
Got it.
But when
Okay,
you
so this
when
is
you
strategy.
yeah, but when you go look at it, they got 10,000 followers but 2 likes.
2 likes. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So unless
Okay.
you're trying to be an influencer and say, hey, pay me $100 a post, I got 10,000 followers, people are catching on and say, hey, you only getting 3 likes and 2 comments. Something's not adding up.
So how do you know if you're posting too much?
I think your audience will tell you. Well, if they don't engage, if I posted that Chick-fil-A meme and I only got 2 comments, okay, maybe I posted too much today or this week.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they'll kind of let you know what's going on.
Tristan, so you said earlier, I heard you say, what's going to make me stop scrolling and look?
Yeah, cause to pause.
Cause to pause.
I don't remember that.
So 2 questions. What are some good causes to pause? What are some good calls to action? And then I have a follow-up question.
Awesome. Okay, so we got 3 questions. All
Just
right.
2. Just 2. Just 2.
So a good cause to pause is what we call a pattern interrupt. So you know what we're used to seeing on social media, what looks like a normal post, like somebody maybe taking a selfie, a picture of food, but maybe if you have something with some bright color, or something that's distracting, like out of the ordinary,
Okay.
like picture with you and a cat, like oh that's different.
Okay. Okay.
So that's going to cause my pause, and you have to have what I call compelling copy. So the little verbiage above the post. Okay, now that you caused a pause, draw them in a little more. What are you talking about? How is this of benefit for me? And then you want to have a CTA, a call to action. What do you want them to do next? You want them to call? Do you want them to click your website, schedule an appointment, things like that?
Okay.
Yeah. So that was one question.
That was one question. My next question is about the causes to pause that are really getting a lot of attention.
Okay.
Everybody's naked.
That's
Oh,
Instagram
Lord.
for you.
Well, I guess it's,
Yeah.
I can
tell you right now, I'm not
No, we're
doing
not doing all
Well,
that.
we're not doing that. Just don't get your hopes up, audience.
Sorry, guys.
Nobody on this couch is
fully
gonna
It's just the red
give
door,
you
not
a
the red
pause
light,
to
right?
pause like that.
Marla, cover up from head to toe.
So what is, natural, I think it's a human instinct to be drawn to sexuality of some sort, right?
Absolutely.
But what are your thoughts on that? Because I see people who have what seem to be very substantive businesses
Yes.
naked.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
butt naked.
Bucket.
Yes.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
I mean, I've
What's
seen
going
I've
on?
seen some realtors that say they on their hustle, they're grinding,
Yes.
and then all of
All
this
this
is out.
Yes.
And I'm like, girl, what are you grinding on? I'm just really,
They're trying to get that clear to close.
Trying to get that clear to close, honey.
Oh,
Do
my
what it takes.
Do it by any means.
By any means necessary.
So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I guess that's probably more, it happens more on Instagram than it does Facebook.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
what are your thoughts on?
I mean, I just think that people need attention. And those likes, there's actually been studies to show reasons why social media came up with the whole like button and things like that. It's because they knew that it would unlock some type of euphoria in you to make you say, okay, I need this now. Because if people do it for the likes, and if those,
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
do
yeah.
it for the
We
likes,
talked about that.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Okay.
Last
Yeah.
week we were talking about doing the selfies, where people were taking selfies and dying.
Oh, so it's
yeah.
called
What's it called, Tana?
selfie side, like suicide.
Selficide.
Selficide, yeah.
Selficide.
Selficide, yeah, like suicide. Selficide.
So there is a
Uh-huh.
selfie. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Hadn't thought about
psychological
People are
play
doing it
behind
for
that.
the likes, for attention.
Yeah, they need
Like
that
fame.
licking
attention.
ice cream
For
for
fame.
attention.
Oh, Lord, the ice cream liquor.
Had Tana going.
Tana was hot.
Because she must like Bluebell.
Everybody likes
Whatever.
Blueberry, but now can we eat it?
As me and Marla says, just need a good old fashioned.
But whooping,
whooping.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that 20 years she's facing.
I'm
But I don't think the ice
Exactly.
cream liquor's going to get 20 years.
I don't
They-
think
some-
she
they
should.
might
I
make an
just
example.
think
I was just
it's
about to say there may be
gross. It's just
an
Well,
example made.
Ariana Grande was licking the donut.
Or the cupcake.
What was that?
Or was it a cupcake?
But did she put it back in the...
She licked it, whatever she did, and she said something about she hates Americans
I'm not sure what she did with that cupcake.
It was a cupcake.
Listen,
or
I don't want anybody
the
doing anything
actions
with
of this little
cupcakes
girl
or
are gonna cause
anything.
those the Bluebell, the price of ice cream to go
up. That's what's
Because
gonna happen,
now
because now
they're gonna put that clear seal
film
over
on.
it.
Yep. So we got to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. The consumer is gonna be the
Now, have
person.
they said that? They've confirmed that?
It's common, you know.
Yeah.
It's hey.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm just asking because
They pass along costs.
But at the
That
same
makes
time, I'd
sense.
rather pay for it and be safe. I don't want anybody licking, touching. You know, I don't even like for people. You know how I was in a store the other day, and I said, I wonder if these grapes are sweet. And the lady, she said, oh, just try one.
Ew.
You're trying a grape that we
Exactly.
had watched
That's
that.
the
It was
Exactly.
Nasty.
Yeah.
So
It's
I don't
terrible.
want
It's terrible.
anything like
It's
that.
terrible.
I
But that
don't
just
know.
goes back to
Almost
social
nothing is safe
media.
as
Or
People are
etiquette.
doing things for
real
for
life
attention.
etiquette translating into social media etiquette, or
Yes.
the lack thereof.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs a hug.
Everybody's a hook or a butt whooping.
So-
one of the two.
So Tristan, let me ask you this: how did you arrive at who you are today as it
Good
relates
question.
to having that desire, that passion for social media? Where did that come from? Because you own an insurance company. Okay.
Okay.
Is it form?
Oh, don't do
Stay
Uh-oh.
form.
Stay
Stay
form.
form. It's stay form.
that. Like a good neighbor.
Yes. Okay. So stay form. Where did the passion for social media
Yeah.
come from?
That's a good one.
That's a really good question. So, it really started one day when I had the opportunity to buy direct mail. You know, we've all probably bought direct mail to market our business, and I realized I had 5,000 friends on my friends list, and the package they were trying to sell me was 5,000 pieces of mail at 35, 45 cents. I was like, well, the same content I put on this postcard, I could just put on Facebook. And potentially 5,000 people see it, and then
And it's
inbox
free.
me or call me, and it's free.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it's
Save
same
money.
thing, right? I'm just trying to get in front of people's eyes, and so if I cultivate my friend list properly, I have people that most likely may be in my target market or centers of influence, and I can generate leads and opportunities from that. So I said, let me focus on social media marketing and figure out how to use this platform, because I don't want to spend, I don't know the math on it, with $2,000-3,000 in direct mail. You only get a 1% return,
That's
if
it.
that.
And then studies show they have to see it 7 times
Absolutely, at least 7.
before they will even look at it.
So
Yeah.
that
Or
mailing, was
consider-
that through, what is it, Every Door Direct, EDDM?
This was back in 2005,
Okay.
so I don't remember.
So that
who-
wasn't,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, it was through the company I was with at that time. But I just thought the concept, because really that's all marketing is, creating awareness, right? And then
Yes.
know, like, and trust. And when they have, I call it the conversion code. When they have a need or a desire that meets your brand awareness, they will convert and purchase from you.
Now let me ask you this: are you ever too big? And let me clarify my question. Sometimes when you are on social media, sometimes as a business owner, people are doing great and wonderful things as business owners within our city. But sometimes I meet business owners and they say, "Oh, well, you know, people don't need to know about that. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good." Are you ever too big? Do you really need to put out there what you are really doing?
I think to answer that question depends on what you're trying to achieve.
Okay.
So I believe in using social proof tactfully, right? So a lot of people know I'm doing business with certain businesses because I make that post on social media. But what does that do? That's not from a bragging standpoint. That's letting people know, hey, Tristan does this. Maybe he can do it for me too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I tell you
That's
I'm running
good.
ads for this restaurant, all of a sudden another restaurant sees that. Well, you know what? I need more leads and customers come in, so maybe I should contact Tristan because it all starts going back to that awareness. If I'm aware of what you do, have a need or desire, then I can convert.
So earlier you said that culture was one of your clients.
Yes, ma'am.
The restaurant culture.
Yes, ma'am.
And what specifically, from a marketing perspective, are you doing for them?
So I am running Facebook and Instagram ads to help generate more awareness for their lunch and dinner opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the thing. So if we look at not just culture, but any type of business, what are our main options for advertising right now for a small business? Let's say radio and TV is one. You got direct mail, print ads, SEO, and then billboards. And of course, you got some other things like referrals, but those are literally the top 5 we have to go purchase. Well, for most small businesses, those are very expensive. Radio and
Yes.
TV is going to be a couple of thousand, 6-month contract. direct mail 3,000 to 5,000, billboard 3,000 a month. SEO can be around 1,000 to 2,000, really confusing. But what could I do right now if I wanted everybody within a 5-mile radius to know about my restaurant, my real estate business, my
Social media.
because we
Social
spend
media.
an
Go right.
average 8 times a day checking the platform, 35 to 45 minutes a day, and it gives you direct access to these individuals. There's
Is
no
it
other
that
powerful
much
tool.
time? That's a lot of time. 45 minutes
so-
a day.
So what? Okay.
Yes,
So let's look at this. That's a great point. Phones are now coming in with social media time trackers built in.
Wow.
Really?
on my phone.
No, I didn't hear that.
That's how serious it is in
Is
our
that with an
society.
iPhone?
I think it is. It just
That-
shows me every day your time on social media has decreased by 20%.
Wow.
So-
And it tells you
Really?
what you
So,
actually were
so they can
on.
only fit so much in this thin little phone.
Mm-hmm.
So if for
That's
a company like
interesting.
Apple to say we're going to do the research and development and the implementation to fit that in amongst all the other things we have to
Wow.
Wow.
so you can track your time on social media, it lets you know as a society how much time we spend on this platform.
That
So
is
if I'm a business,
Amazing. I didn't know that.
if I could spend dollars a day to get in front of you on a place that you're spending a lot of time and giving your attention, that's why it's so effective, and that's why they make $10 billion a quarter. Because companies are like, this is where people's attention are. It's not on TV and radio anymore. They're on their phones.
They're on their
Follow the
devices.
dollars.
I
Follow
mean,
the
some
eyes.
people are
Follow
literally
the eyes,
rolling
too.
out of bed, and
Yeah.
the first thing
Yeah.
they do is grab their phone.
And
And
if your ad can be there, you're the first thing they think of that day.
hey,
So you feel like social media advertising is the most effective right now?
I feel like it's
think it
for a
is.
small business, it's one of the most cost efficient and effective for you.
Great point.
that's good.
And probably the most forward-thinking opportunity, because as we thought, I used to work for Southwestern Mail Yellow Pages.
Oh wow.
So
Oh, wow.
Did you really hear
Wow.
that? Oh my
Jack
gosh.
Yes.
a lot in my
Oh my
29
gosh.
years.
Wow.
Wow.
But
I remember a few years back.
She said-
a few years back, we got a phone book on our porch, and my daughter, she's like,
what is that?
What is that?"
Exactly.
I said, "It's a phone book." And she's, "Why would anybody need that?"
Exactly.
Bingo.
Exactly.
So if these companies are spending billions of dollars every year to
Yes.
get in front of clients, this is where the future of marketing advertising
Oh,
is gonna
absolutely.
be.
Yes.
It's already there. So many small businesses are behind the 8 ball right now. They need to
Right.
catch up.
So what is your pricing for Tristan Sutton? What
Consulting.
Yes,
Consultant.
ma'am. So for me to manage your Facebook ads and Instagram ads on a monthly basis, my retainer is $9.97 a month.
Okay.
Plus your ad spend, which you have to pay Facebook.
So just under, and that's a marketing thing, under 1,000.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's Facebook and Instagram,
Yes,
two
ma'am.
platforms?
Both at the same time.
And what about if you added a different, what happens if you
It'd
added
be an additional 500.
additional 500? Okay. So you may not be willing to share this information with us,
Okay.
given that you charge for it, but are there apps? Because we are all so busy during the day. It seems like I'm so consumed with actually working that it's tough for me to share what I'm doing in my day. Is there other apps that you might recommend
To make your
to
automate
make
your post.
Well, yeah, to automate your postings.
Absolutely. So this is free. It's
Yeah.
one called Hootsuite.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Hootsuite. And I recommend for business owners like you and everyone else, have a content curation day. So maybe you spend 2 or 3 hours. What do I want posted for the week? And okay, so
That's
I
a
want
good
to post in
idea.
the morning, post in the afternoon, and from your business page, you can schedule it out for free. So you don't have to pay for Hootsuite. Now, it won't sync to Instagram and things like that, but if you say, hey, I want to post about this video for this property, I want to go out Tuesday at 2, you can schedule that. And then that way, all you have to do is just log on once a day, look at the comments, reply to people, and then you put your phone down and go live your life, and your content is out there working for you.
Now, I know you can do that on your Facebook business page.
Absolutely.
But can you do it on your Facebook personal? And like you
no.
said, no.
No.
So Instagram, no as well, right? You can't pre-schedule.
No, not on Instagram. Let's
So
use a
only on-
third-party app.
Okay.
But what I do is I get a notification once that post has gone live on my Facebook business page, and
And
then I'll just
share
go and copy and paste and put it on my
Okay.
personal and then Instagram and LinkedIn.
Okay.
So that content is everywhere.
Now, you say $9.97 for Facebook and Instagram. Is that the flat fee, or is there a fee in addition to what Facebook costs to do the marketing?
Right, so that's my fee to manage the ads, but then you have to actually pay for the
There you go.
ads.
Got
Okay.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
And how much are Facebook ads before we
So I always get that
Close out the
question.
show.
It's as much as you want. You can spend $1 a day if you wanted to.
Really?
Yeah,
But
I
your
recommend
recommendation is
at least
$5.
$5 a day. That's
Okay.
for when Facebook will take your ad seriously.
Guys, we could probably go on
Yeah.
a while about
For
this. 'Cause I
forever
have a
and forever.
few
There's just so
questions
many.
we're gonna have to
I
talk
know,
about
I'm
after
thinking-
the show.
I'm
And
thinking.
I do have a course called Ads University that teaches you how to make
I
your own
saw
ads
that.
in case you
I
don't
did
want to
see
pay
that.
someone like me. So I kind of made my own lane. I saw that
I like
that
that.
people were not able to afford someone like me and
Mm-hmm.
everyone else because I'm similarly priced to my competition, but they also didn't have the time and the skill set to learn how to do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So create a solution for a problem. Ads University is a crash course. I'll sit down with you and teach you how to make your own Facebook ads.
Wow.
Ads
Good.
University.
Ads University.
Okay.
Love
Google it.
Love
Okay.
it.
Look
Love
it
it.
up.
Love it. Love it.
Tristan Sutton.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Sutton Consulting.
Yes, indeed.
Before we go, I want to know, what are you guys doing for the week? What are you doing this weekend?
You know what? We're supposed to go on a road trip,
I love that.
and I'm looking forward to it.
Is whole family?
Yes.
Okay.
No social media.
Excellent.
She doesn't do it
No,
anyway.
I'll get on.
At least post
I'm
a
gonna get
selfie.
on. I'm going to get on social media this weekend. I promise.
Okay, I'm really
I shall.
watching.
What are you doing this weekend?
I don't really have any plans, to be honest. We did Galveston
Okay.
the other day, so
Okay. Tristan,
Yeah.
what are you and the lovely First Lady
Relaxing.
doing this weekend?
We're gonna probably go find some crawfish.
Before
the season's over.
Are you going back to the place in Alvin that you went to that you loved?
You know, we're gonna keep it a little local. We're gonna keep it a little
Okay.
local. We got one by the house we go to.
Okay. All right.
But that
Okay.
that one is good. And there's one thing I forgot to mention. Remember how I said keep that same energy earlier? How
Yes.
you went to her Facebook page and was like, oh, she's not posting anything. She must not be serious. Your consumers think that as well. So that's when you don't have content on your social media,
Okay.
they come and look at your platform or your page. Oh, they haven't posted in a while. They must be
Okay.
not legit. But let me go find someone else is. So keep that in mind as you're abandoning social media platforms. But
That's
want to
a
say
good
we'll
one.
get back in
Yes.
Well, I've linked my Instagram with Facebook now.
Yay!
So,
All
Are
right.
you doing phenomenal?
thank you,
But
sis.
you know
Thank
what?
you.
That's one of the reasons why I ask some of the questions that I ask, because I know you and I both, Kim.
Right.
We need a little bit of work.
She does
with that.
extremely
And
well on Instagram.
Yeah, she's
Well,
an
that's what
IG.
I'm saying.
Extremely well.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta
She-
find the platform
Yeah.
that works best with your
Yes.
personality,
Right.
Yes.
and then find a way to link them. So it's great that they made
Yeah.
that possible now.
Because I'm not good on IG. I'm good on Facebook.
Really?
I
See,
just
I
do
just
it
love me
because
some
it's-
IG. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
personally don't like IG, but I will say as a business owner, you do have to respect the platform because it is great for some
Right.
brands, some businesses.
Right.
It's just a personal preference. I'm just now getting active on LinkedIn. Couldn't stay on LinkedIn for a while because it was dry. I felt like I needed a suit every time
Yeah.
I logged
Exactly.
in.
Same
But they
here.
kind of
Okay.
loosened up a little bit.
But
But
now it kind of seems a little creepy.
really, how so?
Don't you guys think?
Why?
See, I don't ever go on
What-
LinkedIn.
what's
I have an
happening?
I
account,
mean,
but
I
I
get
don't go
all
on.
these weird inbox requests.
Oh,
On
that's
LinkedIn.
that network piece. As soon as you get a connection request, hey, I'd love to connect with you. Can we schedule a call? I'm not a fan of that.
Okay.
But it's they're like.
My husband loves LinkedIn.
Does he?
I don't
That's
go on
very
it.
anything
powerful.
on
It's
LinkedIn.
very
LinkedIn, I
He
will tell
loves
you, when my husband does a lot of hiring, they will go to your Facebook page
Yes.
first.
Oh yeah,
They wanna know
and then
your
LinkedIn.
personality.
Yeah,
But then
absolutely.
they will
They
go
like
to your
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn page.
That's
'cause
right.
That's the resume that.
That's right.
I have
that
a
they
friend
can
who's
see
a
online.
human resource manager, and she does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
She looks up people on their social media, and to see
yes.
how who they are.
And for you all in your industry, if you have a certain niche that you want to go after, LinkedIn is good for you because you can target people based on their job title. So if you want to specialize in engineers, dentists, physicians, things like that, LinkedIn
Oh,
allows you to
Okay,
do that.
that's good.
But you can also
Good
do the
stuff to
same thing
know.
with Facebook ads.
So
Okay.
wait. So if I want to target just teachers, then I can go to LinkedIn and find a list of teachers that I like or that I like,
Yep.
and befriend them or
Yeah.
connect with them, and then you
And then
become
ju-
their brand,
as
or
you-
a recognizable brand.
Continue to put content out there through that connection, they'll get to know, like, and trust you.
I
So
like
you're adding
it.
value, things like that. But if you don't feel like going that route, you can just go to Facebook and target everyone who has teacher in their profile and run ads just to that group of people.
I have one last question.
It's
Now,
time,
that
it's
was a
time to
gem.
wrap up.
Okay.
We have to
That was
wrap
a
up.
gem.
Hurry, Tanner.
Oh, okay, really quick. I'm like, can I just? So,
I don't lick ice cream.
okay.
Exactly.
So if you are should realtors have other realtors, like a whole bunch of them, on their Facebook pages? What do you think about that?
I don't understand that strategy.
don't.
There isn't
your
a strategy.
I don't
competitors-
either.
You're just gravitating. It's like going to a party and gravitating to people you already know.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, you talking
Okay.
about on your friends list?
Yeah, on your
Yeah.
friends list. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, I
So
don't really
should-
see the win in that. Maybe y'all should have a lunch of mortgage officers.
Okay.
or title company.
I don't
people
see
that
the
can
win in
refer.
that. And early
Because I was
on in
telling
my
a friend,
career,
you have too many agents. So
early on in my
get 'em out.
career, I never wondered. I always wondered why agents wanted to get together with each other. And I'm like, I need to be in a room where it's some people wanting to buy
The
and sell.
house, yes.
Right.
A
Why
whole
am I,
bunch of
why am I
buyers.
coming to hang out with all of y'all?
Well,
Well, there's a
benefit in
benefit
that,
to it.
'cause
Well,
iron
just
sharpens
networking.
iron,
That's right.
That's what we do.
You can
with
bounce
business.
ideas
to it.
off
But
and learn.
but wait a minute, not at a happy hour.
Well, that's just
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you know what's
now,
just hanging out.
if we are in a learning session where we are learning some content,
Yeah.
then that's different.
I have another.
Then
we got it before.
And
we
then
go.
we gotta wrap it up.
What's your
Before we
question,
go, before
Kim?
we
What's
wrap
your
up,
question?
Tristan, I follow some realtors,
Okay.
and I follow realtors who have funny pages because we need some lighthearted
Some levity.
levity in our day as realtors. But it is weird because some of these pages are like they'll show their picture who they are, and they're like. I don't want to talk to this client ever again. I closed this deal today, and this, and the other. And I'm like, whoa!
Yeah.
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
So that's a no-no on social media.
I always, before I hit the post button, sometimes I have to let my wife proofread it and then make sure.
That's it.
She's my PR rep.
That's a good one.
Do I mind the World Wide Web seeing this post for perpetuity? Because once you put it out there,
Right.
it's
It's out
there.
there.
Even if you try to delete it, hide it, they can screenshot it, and it's there forever. Like, look at Kevin Hart. He got in trouble for some tweets 10 years ago that
Yeah.
he's been apologized for, but he's
It's
still
still
going.
there.
So, just always make sure, because you never know what that next potential client can see that, oh, I don't want to work with this person.
Right. That's
Absolutely.
my mindset. And I'm
Yeah.
laughing inside
Yeah.
while I'm reading.
And that's
it.
why
I'm like,
some people don't
do that.
belong on
So
social
it's
media.
that formula, what's going to help me expand my brand, connect with people, or make people, feel happy.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have to wrap up, guys.
We do it
I
that
didn't get
time
a Kim.
already?
Yes, Kim
just goes
didn't
by
get a
so
chance
fast.
to tell us what she was doing for the weekend. Are you
sorry,
going
I
out of
I'm
town?
closing a deal and going out of town.
Yeah.
I'm taking a
Ooh,
vacation.
okay.
Secure the
Yes.
bag.
A needed,
Yes.
a well-needed, a
Yes.
much-needed vacation.
Absolutely. Well, you just was vacation last month.
That
Yeah.
don't count.
She said
I
don't
know.
count. Kim, bye. Goodbye, Kim.
Well, baby,
And she
I
just had a
to
birthday
tell
party.
y'all- Yes, I had to tell y'all. I am headed to New Orleans, Louisiana,
Woo.
to celebrate with my sorors. Yes, it is a Delta Sigma Theta National Convention.
Okay.
Ooh. Yes, and we are going to now. See, Tristan, I may not follow the social media rules.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Don't
going to
turn
do my
up.
best.
Don't,
It's
don't,
gonna be the turn
don't.
up.
I'm going to do my very best.
Just do it on
guys.
Snapchat. Nobody.
Oh, that's not even on there.
Snapchat.
I'm not even on there.
Girl,
But
yeah,
hey.
go ahead and get one. And then
Another
you can cut
fabulous
up.
show. Thank you guys for tuning
Thank you.
in.
Great show.
As
Thank you
always,
so
we
much.
appreciate the love.
We do. Until
All
next
right.
time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.